So, you've just discovered a mod for the popular mobile game MiniDAYZ. You load in and you start to wonder, what has changed? Other than the patch notes, you have no idea what's going on. So, that's where I come in. I will be your guide through the MiniDAYZ Plus mod. I will be teaching you everything you need to know about pretty much everything that is in the game now. Now I want to get a bunch of the boring crap out of the way so that we can get to the fun stuff where we do stuff like this. However, if we want to do this, we need to get through all the boring stuff first so that you know what's going on and you can get to that point. First things first, when you open up your inventory, you will notice that you have a bunch of stuff below your item's durability. This stuff is the durability of your items mixed with the armor that stuff provides and the heat that gives your character. This is not very important, but it's still something good to know so that you can look immediately and see what's going on with your items. There is also now a new difficulty, Legend difficulty. It's the same as Veteran, except wherever you go, you will slowly discover stuff that gets put on your map, and you can immediately see where everything is. You have to explore. There is also now a 5th island, which you have to cross a bridge to get to. To cross that bridge, you need to jump it with a car. Afterwards, you will now be on a bridge full of zombies. You have to clear them out and loot along the way, and then you make it to the 5th island. The 5th island has a bunch of cool stuff on it, but I won't spoil it for you so you can go and play the game for yourself. Now let's take a look at the stuff that actually has an impact on the way you play the game. Now, when you have 100 positive karma, neutral survivors will sometimes give you free loot. You can notice when someone's going to give you free loot when they have an exclamation point above their head. They will usually just give you ammo and medical supplies, but it's better than nothing, and hey, it's free. XP and perks have also changed. Now, instead of just gaining XP from existing, you now have to kill zombies, bandits, or eat, or drink, or really just do anything to gain XP, but it no longer rises on its own. You may also notice in this photo that there is now 2 levels to all perks. Now, if you, say, want the Scout perk, you would need 2 levels to be able to see if it's a neutral survivor or if it's a bandit. You may also notice that now you have a glass of beer on your map. This is what's called a roadside bar. Roadside bars are on every island and typically contain food, weaponry, and Molotov cocktails, which I will get to in a later video. They are also filled with zombies, so be careful around them. They're generally not worth it unless you're starving and need food. They also have cars out front that you can loot. There's also military HQs now. They spawn with 3 West military bases, 3 NATO military bases, a Humvee, which I will talk about on a later date, and a green building. These buildings house some pretty top-tier loot, but are also guarded by gun zombies and military zombies. Only face these if you are ready. They also only spawn on the 4th and 5th islands, so only tackle them when you're ready. There are also new items now, however the only one I want to touch on is the canvas. It's crafted with 2 burlap sacks, and when you combine it with wood piles it makes a stash. You can store loot in stashes by dropping loot onto the floor. As long as it's within the stash, it will not despawn. However, stashes are easily destroyed when a zombie or animal walks over them, so always put them in protected areas. There are also 4 new survivors, a pilot, a hunter, a guard, and a scientist. You can only unlock all of these characters on Legend difficulty. The pilot starts with a UMP-45, pilot's helmet, and a bunch of other stuff. The hunter gets a double-barreled shotgun and some ammo. The guard gets an AKSU and an energy drink. And the scientist gets a bunch of healing items. In general, I wouldn't recommend getting these characters, but it's pretty fun to try and do so. You can also sleep now as long as you're in a good enough condition to do so. This includes not bleeding, having good food and water, being under a roof, and not having enemies nearby. You also need to be warm enough and not sick. Sleeping will completely skip the night, which I do recommend if you don't have the Nightcrawler perk. That's about all the miscellaneous information I have for you on MiniDAYZ+. In the coming videos, I will be touching on weapons, tips and tricks, and other things that you need to know. This video was just a source of general information for new things. I left a lot of things out for time purposes, such as raincoats now protecting you from rain and snow, but you can just check the patch notes for that. For now, though, I'm going to be leaving. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, dislike and leave a mean comment if you didn't, and do have a nice day.